Hey, welcome, fellow video game fans. We are gathered here today at the funeral of one of our favorite franchises, Borderlands, because we just got done watching the new live-action version of Borderlands on the big screen with all the biggest stars. And everybody knows all you have to do is get a bunch of big stars and then throw them on the screen, and then instant blockbuster. No. Guys, as you may already have guessed, this movie was not good. And the best thing I have to say about it is I'm really surprised that not a single line was creative, interesting, not a single funny line of dialogue made me laugh out loud. None of it. And that's really surprising because the original Borderlands game is hilarious. And characters from Borderlands 2 and Tiny Tina and Handsome Jack and pretty much the Claptrap, hugely Claptrap, made me laugh. Now things started to get a little trying in Borderlands 3 and in Tiny Tina's Wonderland. But I at least expected them to, I don't know, consult with the writers of the game, the first two games, and recapture some of that magic. Have they recaptured the magic?
No.
No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
No. For me, the best thing from this film was the runtime.
Yeah, what was it? On the shorter side, 102 minutes.
Yeah, that was the best thing for me. Because honestly, like, we were moving just from scene to scene to scene. It felt super hollow. These characters sucked. They were getting annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they were getting under my
Claptrap
skin.
especially. Jack Black is a good actor. He's also a good voice actor.
But these lines are terrible.
He is not good for Claptrap.
No.
Literally. I don't know, I do know the beef between the original Claptrap and Randy Pitchford. So we knew that this asshole in charge was not going to allow the original Claptrap. But, you have sound alikes and things. And I think that the original Claptrap voice, I would have got back the original guy, by the way, try to patch things up. As when things get to the next level, you're like, all right, let's put all that shit behind. Let's everybody, all hands and support. No, they decided, we'll get Jack Black and he'll put butts in the seat. And no. And so it ruins the Claptrap character. At no point did I laugh. I found him incredibly annoying. His poop joke with pooping out bullet diarrhea is awful. It is unfunny.
The best part you see in the trailer.
Even the gigglers, as I call them in the movie theater, they literally laugh at everything. Surprisingly, did not really laugh at that part. They were laughing at other parts. One guy, yeah. Well,
he also clapped at the end of the movie.
Oh my God.
So it was an exercise in boredom, an exercise in pointlessness. I didn't really expect the movie to play like the video game quest, like a vanilla video game quest. We need to go to the thing and get the thing, and don't worry about none of the characters in it. Honestly, I think the video game was way more interesting in terms of story and quest than this quest. They changed things. They streamlined things. Mordecai is not here. Rick, and, they move things around. And Tiny Tina has, a different backstory, which completely fucks up her character. She's nowhere near as quirky and as interesting and as funny as the original Tiny Tina, Ashley Burke, I believe. And it's the magic is not here. And you can tell. And it's honestly, did they let Randy Pitchford into the writer's room? Did he write this film? Because this is bad. This is talentless. The only good parts is the visuals. So they got the aesthetic right, the look to some of these. Some. Joe's right, some. And the budget here, let's see, Joe, what was the budget?
120.
$120 million. That's a lot of wasted money, but at least that money went into the look, and we had the look. But when your story, when your plot, when your characters, when your dialogue, when your action, when it's all not working, it doesn't matter if it looks true to the video game. The guns are a huge part of Borderlands. They barely get anything in here. Yeah, one gun does a spin, and then later on, Lilith does a spin, twirling, but they're not featured. I thought, oh no, I'm going to forget the names of the characters. I thought, no, the bus driver. Mordecai? No, that's not Mordecai. Marcus. I thought he was going to be way more involved. He's just a cameo. Yeah. And this Marcus is good. You involved him a little more, that would have been funny, but he literally has less than 5 minutes. Yeah.
That was the thing.
It's like, hey, you remember this thing? Hey, you remember that thing? Hey, you remember that thing? And then when you show us these things, and then you age up the characters, and I'm just staring at, why are these characters so much older? What purpose does it serve? Lilith is originally 22. She's played by 55-year-old Cate Blanchett, who herself, her opening line in the film, the very first thing she says, I'm too old for this shit.
Getting too old for this
Why
shit.
the hell would that be your opening line? Because that's what everybody in the audience is thinking, at least the video game fans. And it's funny because later on it is revealed that a character related to Lilith, we can talk more about it in the spoilers, that's more Lilith. Why did you cast that one as Lilith? That's hilarious because then later on you get Gina Gershon. Mad Moxie is supposed to be older. Okay. That's part of her character. She's in her 40s. Gina Gershon is 62. And then she has in the bar, you see she's standing there, and then she's got two ladies with her, ladies of the night, I don't know. One of them, that is Mad Moxie. They could have cast her as Mad Moxie. It's like they put her right there to do disjustice. I don't know. It's hilarious. And then you have Jamie Lee Curtis, who was playing Tannis, who's in her 30s. She's 63. And Roland, that's not quite as bad. Roland's 34. Kevin Hart is 45. But Kevin Hart looks 34 because he's 3'4". So it's
him and Tiny Tina were the same height when they were running.
And he's like rescuing her, and they're running through the halls. And I'm like, are you sure she's not rescuing you?
Yeah, I don't really get this choice because again, when they were in Moxie's place, she's like, "Oh, I knew your mother." It's like when you guys are like the same exact age, pretty much close.
Yeah,
like maybe 5 years apart. But the casting was all wrong. I hated the casting. There was no fucking chemistry.
There's no chemistry.
This movie was tugging. As soon as it opens, I didn't like anyone. It's like their characters. Kevin Hart was Kevin Hart. We knew that from the get-go.
Yeah.
And
the way they introduced Tiny Tina, I'm like, no, this is wrong. Why are you doing this? This is not Tiny Tina. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then we get a little team up, and again, it just felt super forced, super fucking boring. Everything just was hollow. The emotions.
What emotions?
Exactly.
Yeah, zero
emotion. I
didn't even get hyped for any of the action.
None of these people were ever in danger. I didn't sense any danger at all. I was just going through this motion.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, give me.
I thought maybe Krieg would have some cool battle scenes where he punches and uses his chainsaw or uses his axe. Not even he gets a good really moment. People get sprayed with urine, yellow liquid. Then later on, people get sprayed with green liquid. Wow! Have you seen Nickelodeon?
Yeah, I like Nickelodeon.
That was good. This is not.
Yeah, this movie. I mean, it's actually kind of spectacular. Actually, it's kind of amazing how much of a blunder this all is because the writing is indeed poor. The casting, you guys nailed how poor it is. But it almost feels like Kevin Hart also had something in there that's like, okay, I'll be Roland, but you're not allowed to make any short jokes. Because you would think it would be funny that he's like the most elite of the elite soldier, but he's the size of this 12-year-old little girl.
They make one joke.
One at the beginning.
At the beginning. You missed it?
Oh,
He's like, she sent the shortest soldier to, to rescue the most unfunny of his daughters.
Yeah. All you spot on for both of those things. Congratulations. But it's Avi Arad, who is the guy who ruined the original Spider-Man trilogy. And he's the one. He's responsible for
this producer.
Yeah, this producer. So anytime his name is attached to something, it's usually a giant disaster, and it's like he's outdone himself. And I think that this is wonderful, and I hope it loses $100 million.
Lionsgate. Man, Lionsgate are fucking assholes on YouTube, so I'm more than happy to see them fucking fail and thinking they got hot shit here. Yeah. And I mean, Eli Roth, really.
What did you expect from Eli Roth, though?
What the fuck? There wasn't even Eli Roth on this. It didn't even feel like Eli Roth. It felt like a fan film with a huge budget.
I think someone who was a fan of Borderlands wouldn't have done this. It feels like a hit piece almost. Like a fan would know you don't cast these people. A fan would know that you would do things a little.
Yeah.
It's so weird. They basically found a few desert locations, littered it with trash. They had a few hallways that are probably under, dams or industrial facilities, and they just, link up these hallways one to each other until they get to a third desert area open location. And that's where all of the action happens. It's, okay, I rescue you, now we got to go here. And then, okay, now we're going here. Okay, now we're going here. Okay, now we meet this character who has no chemistry with the cast, who has really no point to be there.
Nobody had any rapport with
shuffle
each
them
other.
along. Okay, next. Who's up next? All right, Mad Moxie, you're up next. And it's just, I don't know, this carousel was extremely boring, extremely stale. I was not laughing. And granted, the theater was ready for it, and they weren't even really all that laughing. None of the jokes hit. How the fuck can you take one of the funniest tongue-in-cheek video games, Borderlands 2, hell, even Borderlands 3 with the fucking twins, and I would rather play any of those games. I would rather hear the jokes of any of those games than what was here. This is a poor facsimile. This is a poor, it's like you're using the dead carcass, as we used to say for Disney, pretending to be something and pantomiming and stuff. But, honestly, I didn't really care that much about Borderlands. I'm not like protective over it. I don't know every single little piece of lore and all this other shit. But I still was like, wow, this is uninspired, bad, and really doesn't. It's like, why? Why Borderlands? You want to blow $150 million combined with advertising and all that stuff. There are plenty of other video game licenses. And I don't understand why this one got picked. And if it did get picked, I don't understand why this was the result. And this was how it was executed. I guess Lionsgate is, look at Detective Pikachu did great at the theaters. Sonic did we got to get a video game license. And they started calling people up and they say, how much you want? Oh, no. How much you want? And then they called Randy, and Randy's like, I'll do it for free. Said, well, yeah, okay. Well, then,
Surprised he wasn't there.
Just let me show some magic. Let me show some magic tricks to Jamie Lee Curtis and Kate Blanchett, and maybe can I get a date with Kate Blanchett? That's probably what his price was. And don't look at my USBs. All these. So that's why they went with Borderlands, and Lionsgate thought they had a hit. But they really didn't put the talent behind this one. Directed by Eli Roth. Screenplay by Eli Roth. Well, there's half your fuck. And Joe Crombie, which is a synonym or a fake, what they use the names when somebody's embarrassed and they don't want to, I
think it was Craig Marazin or something was originally attached to it, and he's like, take my name off this thing.
No, I think, and then me and Alex were debating, it's like, no, I think he was actually removed, and there's somebody else that was embarrassed, and they went Joe Crombie. So,
even Bobby Lee wasn't funny. And
That's hard.
Bobby Lee's very funny. And, to have him in and he has two different scenes, not a giggle out of anybody.
No. What the fuck? What a huge disaster.
Yeah,
this reminds me of the old era of video game films. They're fucking terrible. They don't understand the fucking games. They just use the skin and do their own kind of thing. And yeah, actually, honestly, they did more Lilith stuff than I thought they would. But it's because I think they're glorifying Kate. They know Kate Blanchett's their best asset. They know people will watch her, and it's like, oh, she will single-handedly save the film, is what, defenders and supporters of this film is like a 5 out of 5. Kate Blanchett holds the whole film up herself. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Even she's tired. Even she's like, hey, paycheck.
Yeah, that's fine. She's getting her paycheck, but it was
so as a video game player, you see the story and you know what the twist is. You know what's going to happen because it's not like the video games were hiding it. And so we as video games are like, I know what's going to happen. And then it happens and we're like, okay. I guess casuals in the audience were like, whoa, wait a minute. That's a wonderful twist. You're special, but she's special. But you're not special, but she's special. Oh, she's still special.
They're different kind of special.
You're a different kind of special. And I laughed. That was the one because I snickered and I turned to Joe and looked at each other and it was like, we thought it was that kind of special. And I think that's what the film was. Maybe inside joke there. One, making fun of how special this film is. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
So fucking bad. Even the villain was so fucking bad. I didn't believe his acting.
What villain? Yeah, you're right. I mean,
his acting was so bad.
So you have an opportunity to go in any villain, the twins, Handsome Jack. You can even take a fucking monster in the fucking vault. I don't care. Which, by the way, not a thing. Well, I guess we'll talk about it in spoilers. The big bosses, any of that, and none of it. Instead, you get Atlas, I guess the oppressor. It's almost like fucking, because they don't know what they're doing. They're like, yeah, the Atlas is the Empire, and this is fucking and there's a Star Destroyer in the sky, and they destroy the oppressive regime, hey, and everybody celebrates. And then at the end of the film, you get fireworks, and I turn to Joe and say, hey, fireworks. It's like, yeah. And that's what the cast is doing. I did that with Joe because the cast is literally like, wow, look at these fireworks.
But they needed
cool,
shiny,
audience?
sparkly stuff.
Yeah. And I'm like, really? Really?
Yeah.
Well, turns out that, you got 2 weeks of reshoots.
Over a year later, by the way.
Over a year later. So this was 2020 to April 2021. No, April 2021. And then reshoots in 2023.
Yeah, more than a year.
That's almost like fucking
with
2 years later.
Too.
Directed by Tim Miller.
Yeah.
Due to Roth's commitments to Thanksgiving. Later in June, Mazin removed his name from the project and was replaced by Joe Crombie, which I thought that was a synonym, but maybe not. I'm going to go look that up.
I think we looked it up before. It was like, we can't find anyone named that. It's like...
Oh, that's it. Yeah, he's known for Borderlands. Yeah, well, that's okay. The wiki thought it was a real person. It's not, and it's a fake stage name.
It's a fake.
Joe Abercrombie. All right, well, I didn't write the film, okay? Joe, don't blame that on me.
You couldn't have done
nothing
worse.
To do with this.
I don't even think I own one. I think I own one Abercrombie pen. All right. Well, anyways, let's go with final verdicts. It's hot in here. It's 105 degrees outside, and my house is heating up because my AC broke.
Yeah, this is a fucking 2, man. Like, there was no good parts. Like, yes, it ran, and the runtime was pretty short. None of these characters were very memorable. They were not funny. The line deliveries and everything sucked. There was no tension in this film at all. Never did I feel like...
Tension. That's right.
Yeah, I was like, are they endangered? No, they're not. We're just going to place to place. It was not funny. This had like lowbrow fucking humor.
I like lowbrow humor.
Yeah,
though.
I do, but not like this one. It's like,
humor.
It's like, this is like, they got pissed on. Oh, let's make a shitting joke. Oh, let's make another shitting joke.
Yeah.
Nothing but shit jokes. I was like, okay, well, it's...
The shit jokes are shit.
I don't like lowbrow humor. I'm going to be honest. It's just not funny to me. Like, you have to be really good at it.
Yes, but this was not. Like, Yeah, Claptrap, like you said, and then Larry. Okay, yeah, cool, whatever.
Larry, his roommate. Is that funny? Is that funny to you? Like, the hero had a roommate in the past. That's the joke. He's a friendly roommate in the past.
That's it.
That is literally the joke.
That's Bobby's scene. That's, hey, you got...
Wow.
He was there or whatever. He made a cameo. They were trying to tug on the heartstrings. I honestly didn't care.
Joe, describe Roland's character.
He is a badass elite guy. And
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
Apparently he was, but
what was his character? Describe in a few words, some attributes of his character.
He's good with a gun.
He's a soldier?
Okay. That's debatable. Yeah, so all that, and again, the emotion was terrible. The villain was terribly acted. There's honestly nothing good about this. It's going to be very forgettable, and it was a waste of my fucking time. Do not go see this film. Do not. Wait for it if you want to see it while it's streaming, but don't waste your fucking time like we did.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a giant waste of time. I mean, again, I think it's almost spectacular how much of a failure this was, because I think that nothing here really worked. And I think it's kind of glorious in that way, that it's like, how do you make it's a funny franchise, you made it unfunny. You have everything laid out for you. You completely miscast it, even though we have everything. There were people in the movie that were better for the roles than the ones that you actually cast. And it's like, it's not that the fans of Borderlands don't give a fuck if it's Cate Blanchett, and if it was just a fun movie, people would have been fine with it. I mean, I don't know. It feels like a broke-ass Guardians of the Galaxy clone. Eli Roth clearly doesn't do a good job in most of his movies. He didn't do one here. They
didn't have enough money to show him at space stuff, so go directly to the planet. They didn't have enough money to do a lot of the gun loot and a lot of the bosses. I mean, what you saw in the trailer with the Thresher, that's it.
That's all you get.
That's the complete scene is in the trailer.
So you screw up everything that makes Borderlands, which is the humor and then the guns. The story itself, if you try to do your own thing, was an absolute failure, because there was no reason for us to go to any other scene other than the story needed us to be in the next scene, in the next location. We even get like magic teleportation for like no reason other than we just had to get somewhere else quick. And I mean, I don't. It's amazing. It is truly amazing to me. I hope it loses $100 million, but I don't care.
Holy shit! Oh, I'm sorry. I just saw the Rotten Tomatoes score. I should have done a spit take.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be all sticky over there. But I'm gonna give it a 3 because I do think it's a really, really bad movie. But I don't give a shit enough about it to like be offended by it. It was fortunately short, so it gets a point.
It was a 0.
Yeah.
And then it went to a 4, then the 3. Now it's at 7.
7. There's 3.
7.
There's 3 people.
Joe, 7. 7.
I don't know about
7. 7 out of 100. Not 7 out of 10.
No.
7 out of 100. That deserves a split turkey. God damn. Even the audience rating right now is 47%. 47% from audiences. That's too high. But, audiences always boost the score by, 2, 3, points, unless there's a terrible ending.
Yeah, there was somebody
like
I showed him earlier, like they gave it a 5. He's like, it's not as bad as Bucky Larson, but I did leave my wife 5 years ago, and he gave it a 5.
5 out of 5.
Wait,
that's on
what?
That's on Rotten
That's the
Tomatoes.
review?
Yeah, on the audience.
I can't see it.
Yeah, it's like something like that, but it's so
stupid.
fucking stupid.
Okay.
So
This
you
or
get,
Super
you
Mario?
Get shit like that. I was thinking that. It's like, maybe we just don't
Super
get it.
Mario? for certain.
Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo?
I would, yeah, of course.
I was thinking that movie, too.
What's wrong with y'all?
I actually enjoy Annihilation for the wrong reasons.
Yes,
And so I would watch that
would
again.
rather watch
I will
Annihilation.
never watch this again.
No, there's no point. Once is enough.
Once is too much.
Yeah.
Don't watch this movie.
Don't.
Let's have it lose a bunch of money. Remember, this is the guy that made Avi Arad is the guy who decided that all of the Venom movies were going to be PG-13. That's
makes sense,
this guy.
right?
Yeah. So
The Venom,
Morbius for the win, though.
Venom sucks.
No.
yeah, you guys just don't get it.
Venom, I like that fucking trailer. I saw the trailer yet again, and I'm like, man, this is gonna be bad.
But
This
Craven,
is like,
but Craven gets rated R. They skip over all of the Venom and Carnage movies, PG-13,
what
but
the
Craven
fuck?
gets to be rated
I
R.
don't understand it. I don't understand it.
See, this movie is so bad that we would rather
Okay,
talk about
what'd
other
you
bad
give
movies.
it, Joe?
2.
What?
Two, and what'd you give it?
A 3.
Yeah,
It's mainly out of apathy because I just don't care.
I'm surprised you gave it a 3, bro. This is a fucking 2. This might even
what?
be a
And it's
1.
short.
I give it 1 point because it's a 2, but you got 1 point for the way it looks, and you got 1 point for getting, I don't know, 30% of this, lore correct somewhat with Lilith and the vault and stuff. The
This movie's not
actions,
very memorable.
bro. I already forgot about it.
Good.
That's
I
that's
literally
good.
already
very good
forgot
thing.
about it. Wow.
Let's go into 2.
Movie was awesome.
Sometimes you know it's gonna be a
Good
train
watch.
wreck,
Yeah.
and then it is a train wreck, and then you move on. That's Borderlands. That's Borderlands.
Move on.
Moving on. So we're fucking moving on now, and you should too. No, this better not be a franchise. No, there's no fucking way they're getting a sequel.
no way there could be.
No, this is not going to affect the games.
No.
People are like, what's the next step for Borderlands? How is this going to shape the franchise? It ain't going to shape shit. In fact, it does damage to shit, but Gearbox is like, nah, I ain't going to do no damage. We're going to do the next
Gearbox is doing enough
Borderlands
damage.
4. And everybody will buy it. We don't need to worry about that. Maybe there will be a skin for Kate Blanchett in DLC or something. That's
Will they just add
probably
wrinkles to somebody?
As much as.
But there's no way they were thinking franchise already, because, look, you already got Kate. You can't do multiple movies. That's where you got rid of.
So, what are
Henry.
some of the other Kate Blanchett films? They should have got. I don't know. If they're just going to go with older actresses that were in action-based, why did they pick the girl from...
Judy Dench?
Judy what?
Dame Judi Dench, yeah.
No.
She's great.
She is.
You could put her in the movie, though. He'd be bricked up the entire
Underworlds.
time.
Who does Underworlds?
Kate Beckinsale?
Yes.
Kate Beckinsale. You could have done Kate Beckinsale if you're just going to go with her. But what is the other films Kate Blanchett has been in?
She was in the last the last good Thor movie. She was Hela.
Ragnarok.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was good in her. She was good in that.
I mean, she's like a lot
she's
more
good in
serious.
Lord of
pretty
the
much
Rings.
everything.
Yeah.
But
Indiana Jones.
I mean,
She's
she doesn't
been
have
replaced
anything
as Galadriel because there isn't a tempest within her.
no.
That's right. Yeah. But no chemistry, no awesomeness here. Even with CGI stuff, not doing it.
Waste.
Okay. So join us in the spoiler section so we can just ruin the fucking film.
They already ruined it.
I mean, they ruined it, so now it's our turn. Okay. Hey guys, welcome to the spoiler section. So, guess what? What happens? Somebody go.
Tiny Tina's not the key. Lilith is. She's like,
That's
hey,
right.
we're never going to find this. I found it. Oh, thank God. Let's move on to the next scene.
Yeah. To the next scene. That's what this movie is, a series of shuffling from one shitty location to another shitty location. And, the characters don't feel hurried. There's no consequence for anything that they do at any
there's
point in time.
not.
It's
But
just
Alex, the fate of the universe could be in their hands,
When?
but they'll be fighting for something more, each other.
oh. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like the turn. I don't trust you. Okay, now I trust you.
The dialogue
That's it.
was so bad. At one point, after these unlikely heroes must battle alien monsters and dangerous bandits. No, they don't battle alien monsters. Are you talking about the one
They just
scene
ran into
of
him.
The trailer
That's
scene.
not battling alien monsters. That's a trailer shot that's filled with CGI, and it was as if nothing even happened on screen. Okay, and then dangerous bandits. I guess they did get the psychos right, which is cool, I suppose. The look of the psychos,
Yeah.
but And they were going crazy, because the planet affects their, their minds. And as you get closer and deeper, you get more and more crazy. And that's the Psychos.
Helen Mirren could have been Moxie. And Gary Coleman could have been... No?
And then, okay,
We're
let's
still
go
mad.
with that. And then you have, if in a flashback scene, so Tiny Tina is apparently the daughter of fucking Atlas. CEO, Atlas man.
He created her in a lab.
In this movie, he creates Tiny Tina in a lab. And she has the blood of the alien race in her, the ancient technology, and she is the key. And there's a subplot of, oh no, if she opens the vault, she might be consumed, she might die. And Tannis is like, Jamie Lee Curtis's character is like, oh well, sacrifices must be made. I really want to open the vault and see what's in the vault. What's in the vault, Joe?
Nothing but cubes and testicle monsters.
Cubes and tentacle monsters, not
that's
testicle
what I
monsters. Though I think the mall Thresher Maw had some testicles up under there somewhere. But nothing. No cool monstrosity boss battle that we had
wings.
in the game.
She had her flaming wings. We were running low on budget.
She becomes the Phoenix, the daughter of the fucking Pandora planet. From the games. Okay, you got that right. Wonderful. And then she just goes, pew, pew, and she starts using superpowers. One superpower is like...
she gives everyone the star.
Is like Nuclear Man, where he does the pew, and then the guy's like, whoa, and he's twisting, whoa. Well, she twists Tiny Tina up from a hole that she fell into. But simultaneously, they are the shield, so she can shield people, and then so everybody's getting shot. But then she gets shot because it turns out Atlas was following them the whole time. It wasn't Tiny Tina. She steps on the stone, and it doesn't work, but it's Lilith that works. She says, leave my friends alone, and I'll open the vault for you. And he goes, okay. And then so she opens the vault, but it doesn't open the vault. It gives her powers, and then she starts beating everybody up.
Yeah, and then we get that funny-ass moment where she gives some powers to Roland, and he started getting shot. And he's like, "Are you guys shooting me? I don't even feel it." He shoots back.
That's the line.
I'm shooting you. Yeah. You get a bullet. You get a bullet.
This is also the line.
You get a bullet.
Word for word. And the entire theater erupted.
There
was standing ovations. There was tears in the audience's eyes. And people had to be carted out.
Yes.
The lines are so weak. Listen, I have no idea how lazy these writers got. I could, with my eyes closed, I can write a more interesting Borderlands script. Well, this is scribble. Yes, put it on film. That would be more interesting than the lines given to these characters. And, bless Kevin Hart's heart. But he plays this. It's
being Kevin Hart. It was just wrong.
It's Kevin Hart.
Made him almost $1 billion.
And his whole character is like, don't do that. Stop that. No. Yeah. What? But stop it. Stop talking about the thing that you're talking about. You're talking about it. Now we got to move on. We got to do something else. Don't do that. Stop it. I'm short. That's Kevin Hart.
Yeah, he's the human chihuahua.
So that's rolling now.
Lilith is old.
Look, and Cate Blanchett, she's got some
Great
cheeks
actress.
on her. She can fucking
I'm old too. I'm not
stab people with
I'm not
how
saying
sharp.
that.
Yeah. So I don't know what to do with the makeup on her. Just I don't know. It just
Contour.
The contour. She contoured like a mofo. And then you have let's see, Mad Moxie. I could not stop looking at her face. I just
I don't think that's where you're supposed to be looking.
I know, but that's the point. It's I couldn't stop looking at her face. And then you got what else? Who else?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, she was a terrible actress. I know there was some sort of recent controversy where she said Marvel films are stupid or superheroes are stupid.
They've fallen off since this point, and they're like,
Yeah.
hey, psst, you're in Borderlands.
Maybe you should. And she publicly apologized, and I think she figured it out because this is
Go back to your
worse
yogurt.
in every way.
Oh, poop yogurt.
Yeah.
Do you have trouble pooping? Jamie Lee Curtis's yogurt for you.
Yeah, this is as bad as the Marvels. So, I mean, I guess she's not that wrong that.
The Eternals was bad.
But there's a wrong time to say it because you had Deadpool and Wolverine,
Yeah.
which I gave a 10 out of 10, and I still stand by that. It's a highly satisfying movie.
Great movie.
One of those movies where you turn your brains off. The fucking every single joke lands. Great chemistry, great cameos, just fucking amazing, and emotions. This film lacked everything that I just said.
Yes.
Everything. Okay, but in
This
more
had no
spoilers.
heartless.
So let's see.
That's pretty much it.
did
I
you
don't
watch
know.
the
They got the
trailer?
cars right. I like the little, four-wheeler car that looked good.
Like, yeah, what Alex was
What-
going to
what is
say.
that?
If you watch the
If you
trailer,
watch the
you
trailer,
watch the movie.
you watch the movie.
That's literally it.
That was the best
the
parts.
funniest lines, which are not very funny, the best action, which is not very good,
All
and
you
then
would-
all you need to know is that it's not Tiny Tina who's the special clone; it's Lilith, and she is the Keymaster, and that's the movie.
Yeah. And the CEO of Atlas has a personal shield. He shows up at the end, and he's got a Star Destroyer in the air, and he can control the Gatling gun or the laser beam, and he fires at Lilith when she gets her powers. After she gets her powers, she does her shielding and her mojo, and then she gets shot twice, flips around, and gets knocked into the dirt. And they don't keep shooting her, and they don't, kill her or anything. Her wings kind of
there's no danger,
turn
there's
off.
nothing.
There's no danger, no tension. The wings turn off, but then they turn back on. Her eyes open, and they are lit with the power of the gods. And then she flies upward in a totally awful CGI-looking Lilith
It's
scene.
like Green Lantern
Green
CGI.
Lantern, yeah. Her body turns into complete CGI. She gets aged down 20 years. I think that's maybe why they did that, because they're like, when she goes into the Phoenix and goes into CGI mode, we can age her down. Then she rips the fucking ship apart or blows the ship up, which is kind of stupid because her friends are down there. She's trying to protect her friends because everybody almost gets crushed by the ship that's falling from the sky, but okay.
Everyone's gonna be fine. Nobody
Exactly.
cares. It's-
Everybody's gonna be fine, and the evil CEO turns out when you weren't looking, you destroyed all of his soldiers, and who look stupid, by the way. All of his soldiers. He has Tiny Tina with the gun at her, and he's like, "Let me in the vault."
Does he even have a gun? He just has his arm around her neck, I think.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you're right.
he does. No gun. He's just gonna choke her out.
And but the personal shield, you can't do anything because the personal shield. I mean, Tiny Tina at that moment could have hit him, but okay, I guess maybe he's got a personal shield.
Tiny
gun.
Tina did also break the neck of a psycho by doing this.
Yes.
Oh, I saw that.
so-
I think it was, and you could clearly see the mask shifted, but
yeah.
not the guy's head.
Yeah, so it's
I
like-
thought that was on purpose.
Maybe next in this movie just break real easy, and she was just worried that he was going to,
So they shove her inside the vault, and unfortunately, there's no big monster in there. There is tentacles from a hole, which later on come out. Lilith taunts Atlas, says, "Oh, I'm here. No, I'm here." Doing the voice, and he's like, "How many times have we seen this kind of stupid, generic shit?" And she whispers in his ear, "I have one thing that you don't. I don't know. Friends.
Enough.
Friendship.
Enough.
Whatever. You know what I mean." And it's
Me
all
too.
generic.
I had enough of this movie. Yeah.
We've had enough. That's what the audience is saying. We've had enough. Thank you.
I hated that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
We had a clapper.
And then you always want more, and then here's your more, and then the tentacles come and wrap it
Yeah.
around him in a really bad CGI effect, and then lift him and put him in the hole, and then he screams.
Then they leave.
And then they leave. And they're all happy. Back at the city, the oppressive Atlas regime has been conquered, and I guess they go away now, even though their CEO are like, did you murder our CEO? Okay, well, we're going to, I don't know, blast this whole fucking city and arrest a bunch of people.
Why? They're not getting paid anymore. Who's going to sign their checks? Who's going to leave?
I don't think he was actually signing their checks.
We forgot to mention this really stupid sub-character. The
Claptrap?
female general of the Atlas forces.
Oh, from the League.
What's her name?
Commander.
Knox, right?
Yes.
Commander Knox.
You recognize her? She's from the League.
Janina. And the whole film, she's chasing down Tiny
Roland.
Tina
Rumble.
and Roland, actually, too. And at the very end, when the bad guy's about to win, I finally got you. And then she's like, no.
Don't do it. Roland, you were right.
I like these people at the stupidest moment. Like, that didn't make any sense. She has a huge character turn. So everything that she did in her own life was
Everyone
fucking
did.
stupid. And then she gets blasted by his Star Destroyer.
And everyone was like, "Oh no!" Oh,
Nobody
anyways.
cares.
Yeah, okay.
Particles.
I wouldn't want to be in the rest of the movie. It's like just.
Did
fake
you know
right there.
that Scooter was in the film?
Scooter? The
Yeah.
Scooter?
Scooter.
What do you mean Scooter?
Scooter, he was one of the funny characters from the game.
Oh, one of the,
You know,
okay.
you don't remember Scooter?
Yeah.
Like
I
the
thought you
southern
were
twang and, you don't remember Scooter?
Well, who was
Well,
he? In
Well,
there?
no,
Exactly.
in the movie.
I don't know.
Did he
he
get
was
cut?
in it.
Maybe he got cut out.
He was just walking in the background, I guess.
Oh.
Stephen Boyer as Scooter.
Oh, cool.
Wow, they must have cut his scene or something. Wonderful.
It probably wasn't funny enough, which lets you know.
Wow.
So,
It
That must
was
have been real
worse.
bad. And then we have Krieg with wonderful lines like,
meat party.
"Me party."
He giggled once when someone threw up. It was great.
Yeah, and Tiny Tina almost fell into lava, and he picked her up, and they both giggled.
Yeah. Dude got in shape though.
Yeah.
That's admirable.
For sure.
He worked harder than anyone else, like in the writing room.
True.
He sure did. But, okay, that's it. Is there an after credit scene? Are they teasing a sequel? No, instead we get, which is funny because in my Borderlands review, I did a dancing Claptrap, but it was Claptrap's brothers, the after credit scene is Claptrap dancing. He says, "Do the Claptrap." And then as he's doing this stupid dance, the credits push him up in a way. So they stole that from me because the Claptrap dancing at the end of the review or at the end of the movie. And that's it. Yeah.
Bad.
A worse Claptrap, a worse Roland, a worse Tiny Tina, a worse Krieg, Krieg was all right.
Yeah.
A worse Moxie, a worse Tannis. We didn't need Commander Knox. Jacobs was in it, apparently. I didn't notice him. An all right Marcus and an all right Lilith.
I didn't
But
see
Lilith's
him.
a little too old.
Mark
Yeah.
Who?
Penn Jillette was in this.
Yes.
From Penn and Teller.
From Penn and Teller.
He's good friends with Randy Pitchford,
Right.
which is why.
yeah, I thought he was going to do
Who
magic.
did he play?
Mark.
Mark.
I don't know who
Dude,
Mark
Mark.
is.
I don't know. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
it.
I was like, you had what?
Maybe
Bro,
he
he didn't
watched,
even have a part.
he watched some of this stuff and he's like, cut me out of this movie. Now.
Oh, wait a minute. Additionally, Pendula has a cameo in the film as a preacher overseeing a wedding. Do you remember this preacher overseeing a wedding?
No.
Maybe it was like on one of the television screens or something as they're in the city, and or maybe it's somewhere in the background of the city when they're doing a city shot. We don't know. Most of these cameos, Scooter and Ben and Gillette, I have no idea.
I don't even care. I'm not even going to find
Wow.
it. Yeah.
Wow.
You should go see Penn and Teller in Vegas.
Yes.
But don't
That's
watch
way
is
better
fucking
than
hilarious.
this.
Don't watch this.
Way better than this. All right, I think that's enough time
Oh,
for
yeah.
fucking
Crazy.
Borderlands. We've given it 43 minutes and didn't deserve it.
No.
Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys, and hopefully this garbage never again.
Hey, next week, though, we got
Wait,
Alien.
no, I do want to see you guys again. I just don't want to see this
gonna be better,
garbage
though.
ever
Alien.
again. Thank God we have a good film
Minimum,
coming.
it's got to be
Alien
like a
Romulus.
5, 6 already.
That
just from the
motherfucking
trailers.
trailer.
It's gonna
Look,
look
I
amazing.
don't care. Look, listen, I do care. the film, whatever way the film turns out, that fucking trailer is a 10 out of 10. I don't give a shit. So whoever cut that trailer together is fucking amazing. But I'm pretty sure that a lot of that does translate into the
I hope so.
into the
It's
movie.
looking good.
But yeah, Borderlands, the short of it, it's bad. You've already seen the film if you watched the trailer.
Yep.
And it's time to move on. What an incredible waste of money. And on that incredibly depressing note, we will see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.